Hey, how you doing? Ladies and gentlemen, this is Mary Neal. I want to tell you Happy International Women's Day. This is a picture of Dorothea Dix. She was a great mental health care advocate of the 1800s. She's responsible for America's first generation of mental hospitals, and she decriminalized mental illness in her lifetime. Dick said, "Man is not made better by being degraded. He is seldom restrained from crime by harsh measures, except the principle of fear predominates in his character." Assistance to the Incarcerated Mentally Ill is an organization where I am director. It is otherwise known as the Dorothea Dix Group. The Dorothea Dix Group. I discovered Dorothea Dix sometime after I became a human rights advocate on behalf of the mentally ill who so often suffer homelessness, prison, and death in America. Yes, unrequited deaths like my brother Larry Neal. Now, I am also, because I criticize the prison profiteering system that enslaves people with mental illness with particularity, because I criticize them, I'm also the most censored person in America. And of course, the fact that I sued the Jenny Cochran firm twice, and Georgia judges say they do not exist in Georgia, which of course we all know is false. Just look at the Cochran firm's website and you'll see their Atlanta offices, one for the blacks or one for the Latinos, if not more than one. So it's a color issue. They're allowed to defraud blacks and Latinos in Georgia and throughout the nation. But getting to this page and why we're here is because I'm not allowed to like this page. And I want to know if you would be allowed to like it. See, I'm liking. I'm liking. Do you see that I'm liking this page? I'm clicking. And on my view, it's circling red, but I'm not allowed to like it. So there you go. Assistance to the Incarcerated Mentally Ill at Facebook has a lot of likes. But I wonder how they decide who gets to like it. I believe millions of people in America are concerned about the fact that we have a large homeless population who are really mentally ill people deserving of treatment. Many, in fact, most of the police killings that you read about and see videos of involve a mentally ill person. There are 60% of our inmates who are in solitary confinement right now. There are prison commodities throughout the nation at the rate of 1.25 million. So Dorothea Dix, when she came on board this fight for the incarcerated mentally ill, she's the daughter of a mentally ill man. She went to teach Sunday school at the area jail, and she found women chained to the wall to rape women with mental illness. She found people lying in their own feces, hair matted, unbathed. She found mentally ill people were treated as useless eaters, which is Hitler's term for people with mental illness, when you and I know the truth. In fact, mentally ill people have made many valuable contributions to our society, and they don't deserve to be mistreated, even if they're plain Janes and plain Johns. Whether they made valuable contributions to society or not, they're human beings and they're worthy of human rights. That's what I think about it. That's what Dorothea Dix thought about it. And we want to thank you right now for giving assistance to the incarcerated mentally ill. I wish these people would stop censoring me because I won't let them keep the fact that my brother, who was a lifelong schizophrenic heart patient, I won't let his murder go unrequited without a fight. And I also fight for other people who are wrongly incarcerated, some of them without trial, like Terrell Scott in Pennsylvania. That's the article at my Dog Justice blog that, I don't know what kind of codes they added to it, but it is fighting. It can hardly be viewed. Censorship is applied to the issue of incarcerating the mentally ill, using people with brain disabilities, using them as prison commodities or as target practice for bored police officers, and forcing mentally ill inmates to do human dog bites, yes, to the death. These things have happened in America recently, without any intervention by the United States Department of Justice, which is a very inhumane organization, agency, very inhumane. They won't even tell me how or why my brother was secretly arrested and murdered. Please look online for the wrongful death of Larry Neal. I want to tell you that Dorothea Dix was a mighty woman. She was a Christian woman in the 1800s. She did a great deal of good, especially for a woman who was working during the time when women could not even vote. And this woman was working largely alone. Happy International Women's Day. You'd be hard pressed to find a woman more deserving of our accolades than Dorothea Dix. She was so successful petitioning state legislatures for monies for mental hospitals during her day that by the time she went on to do other work, the percentage of people who were mentally ill in jail in this country was down to 0.07%. 0.07%. And she concentrated on helping the indigent mentally ill. Again, I'm censored. If she was around today, she'd have to fight prison investors in state legislatures, prison investors in Congress, prison investors in the Department of Justice, prison investors in the local sheriff's office and on the judges' benches, prison investors who do not want the mentally ill to get advocacy help like Dorothea Dix gave, and like assistance to the incarcerated mentally ill, must fight hackers in order to do. But fight them we will. And I ask you to help me by sharing this post right now. Thank you very much. I'm glad you joined us so that we can commemorate Dorothea Dix, a great mental health care advocate of the 1800s. She lived a very long life, and she filed numerous lawsuits. I don't think she got chased by people like I do for filing suit against the Cochran firm frauds. But she filed lawsuits on behalf of the mentally ill. She wrote wonderful letters. She would go visit them in jails and prisons throughout the nation and then write to state legislatures. And she got a lot of good feedback from doing that. They opened mental hospitals, not only here in America, but she also had a lot to do with hospitals opening also in Europe. Until then, the indigent mentally ill were, as I said, living a very dog life. They were actually chained to the walls of the prisons and jails. The women were raped liberally. People were killed for sport. And in other words, it was as bad then. It was almost as bad then as it is now. Almost. So, again, I cannot like this page. See if you can. This is Assistance to the Incarcerated Mentally Ill at Facebook. Like us. We're also at Google Plus and at Care2. Like us. Help us to give assistance to the incarcerated mentally ill. God bless you. Mary Neal signing off.